Similarly, when you compare a truck and cycle, which out of two is going to create more impulse, then even if the vehicles are moving at same speed, then we find that truck being heavier in mass as compared to cycle is able to create more impulse. Obviously, truck is going to hit us more with more impact as compared to cycle, but a cycle can also create impact, which a cycle can also hit us potentially if the speed of cycle is quite high. तो हम यहाँ से क्या कह सकते हैं कि momentum depends on two factors, mass and velocity. If the body has higher mass, like in the case of truck or the cricket ball, that can create more impact. On the other hand, if the body is lighter, for example, a bullet is lighter, but it can create higher impact when it is shot from a gun at a very high speed. Similarly here, if a tennis ball is made to hit at a very high speed, then also it can create a good impact. Also in case of cycle, you have to increase the speed of cycle so as to create good impulse. So now it's time to start with momentum. I hope you all have understood the basic introduction about momentum. So let us start with the details and what mathematically is momentum. So momentum is actually the product of mass and velocity. By definition, it is the product of mass and velocity. Other way around, you can also define it as quantity of motion contained in a body. Ki how much motion, how much velocity or how much speed does a body can possess depending upon its mass. Contained in a body means depending upon the mass, depending upon the matter contained in the body, what speed it can acquire, what maximum speed it can acquire to produce momentum. तो momentum को आप दोनों तरह से define कर सकते हो, quantity of motion contained in a body or product of mass or mass and velocity. Momentum is also termed as impulse, that I have told you in Zoom class also. So momentum is a vector quantity. Let us do some points related to momentum, which are essential for discussion of second law of momentum. So I have made some points to discuss momentum so that this doesn't appear to be very tricky for you. So it is a vector quantity. Why it is a vector quantity? Because momentum, which is denoted by letter P, small p, over the vector sign. Over it we put vector sign because it is a vector quantity. Now we were discussing about why it is a vector quantity, because it depends on velocity and it's a vector quantity. Next, come to point number third, unit. What is unit of vector this momentum? The momentum depends on mass and velocity, so units will also be depending upon the unit of mass and velocity. Unit of mass is kept kilogram, unit of velocity is put meter per second. So unit of momentum is kilogram meter per second. Now velocity may be initial or final. So depending upon initial and final velocity, we can also have initial momentum, which is written as letter P I. I refers to initial, over vector sign we have to put, and final momentum PF, it is represented with PF. This is initial, this final momentum is represented. And what formula does it have? Initial momentum mu, because u is initial velocity, final momentum mv. Now let us talk about change in momentum. Why I am telling you all these? Because I have to use all these things in second law of motion. That is why I have made some points. So I am telling this again and again so that you do not forget what we are going to do. So change in momentum. Change means what change there is in velocity, and if there is some change in mass also, so that has to be taken care of so as to take out the change in momentum. So change in momentum is calculated as the difference between final and initial momentum, and it is फाइनल मोमेंटम एंड इनिशियल मोमेंटम, इन दोनों का डिफरेंस हमने ले लिया. मास में यूजुअली चेंज ज़्यादा नहीं होता है, वो बात की बात है, वो बाद में डिस्कस करेंगे. बट इनिशियली एट द टाइम वी आर bothered about change in velocity only, not mass, because we assume that mass remains stationary, though the mass sometimes get changed, but we are not going deep into that. So change in momentum is written as this triangle sign is made to represent change, and in physics this triangle sign is called as delta p means change in momentum. If I write delta f, this is not triangle, this is triangle in your maths, but in physics the meaning of this triangle gets changed and this is termed as change. For any change you want to represent in any physical quantity, we just put delta in front of the symbol of physical quantity. Like if I have written delta F, that means change in force. Delta V I write, that means change in velocity. So delta P is actually change in momentum, which is the difference of these two. Now next point is rate of change of momentum. Rate, I have told you number of times. In velocity, in acceleration also I have told you that rate means dividing any physical quantity with respect to time. Means if you are if you are observing any quantity with respect to time, or you are dividing any physical quantity with time, that means rate word will appear for that physical quantity. Rate of change of momentum. Change of momentum already we have done here, and rate means that change is to be divided by time. So that change is divided by time, that gives us rate of change of momentum. Means how much the velocity of the body is changing with respect to time, because every physical quantity in physics we are going to study with respect to time. हर चीज टाइम के साथ चेंज हो रही है, तो हम सब कुछ टाइम के साथ चेंज होता हुआ देखेंगे. Now with all these points, we are ready to discuss second law of motion. So second law of motion states that, let us see into the book. The second law of motion states that whenever you start laws of motion, whenever laws of motion नहीं, जो भी law आप start करो, कोई भी law की statement आप देते हो, तो उसको इन्वर्टेड कॉमास में डाला करो. लॉ ऑफ मोशन स्टेट्स दैट द, यहाँ से आपने उसको इन्वर्टेड कॉमास में डालना है टिल यहाँ तक. वाई यू हैव टू डू दिस, बिकॉज दिस स्टेटमेंट इज गिवन बाय सम साइंटिस्ट. तो साइंटिस्ट की कही हुई स्टेटमेंट है, आपकी कही हुई स्टेटमेंट नहीं है, तो यू हैव टू पुट इन इन्वर्टेड कॉमास. मीन्स दैट नीड नॉट टू बी चेंज, दैट कैन नॉट बी चेंज्ड. वो उसकी स्टेटमेंट है, आप उसको चेंज करने के लिए ऑथोराइज्ड नहीं हो. तो सिमिलरली फर्स्ट लॉ में भी स्टेट्स दैट के बाद जो भी स्टेटमेंट है, यू हैव टू पुट इन इन्वर्टेड कॉमास. सो द रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ मोमेंटम, आई होप रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ मोमेंटम इज क्लियर टू यू, of an object is proportional to this is nu. This we have to deal. Now let's come to the explanation part of second law of motion. So statement we have done from book. Now let us come to the mathematical formulation of second law, like it is written in your book also. So for this and this, I am giving the same explanation. This can be explained in terms of all mathematical statements that we are going to do right now. So see, F is directly proportional to delta P by delta T. It is written that the second law of motion states that rate of change of momentum of an object is proportional to the applied unbalanced force. Rate of change of momentum is proportional to applied unbalanced force. This is the unbalanced force. Why we have used unbalanced? Because only unbalanced force can change velocity, and when velocity changes, momentum also changes. So second law is the rate of, you keep on matching with your book, the rate of change of momentum. 3 words, 3 explanation. Rate of means time, change of means delta, P for momentum. Rate of change of momentum is proportional. This is the sign for proportionality, which I am going to discuss soon. Proportional to the applied unbalanced force. Now see, what does this sign means? This is, you draw 8, you write 8 and cut it from this side, make it half 8. This is termed as the sign of proportionality. Or if in maths you have learned about infinity sign, this is infinity sign. एक quantity जिसको आप define नहीं कर सकते, which is very large, that is termed to be infinity. और उस infinity में से आप इतना portion cut कर दो अगर, तो that is the sign of proportionality. Sign of proportionality. Proportions, direct and inverse, you have done in maths. If the things are in direct relation, if the things are in direct proportion, that means if one increases, the other also increases. If the quantities are in inverse proportion, then if one increases, other keeps on decreasing. Like I am explaining you what is the meaning of proportionality and what is the meaning of proportion. Say if we write the formula for acceleration as v minus u by t. If time increases, if you keep on increasing time, if you keep on increasing the quantity in denominator, then the quantity on left hand side of equal sign that keeps on decreasing. Mean acceleration and time, they are in inverse proportion with each other. They are inversely related, they are inversely proportional. Proportional means, एक जनरल टर्म में हम बोलें proportion means they are in रिलेशन, सम रिलेशन, या वो डायरेक्ट होगा या वो इनडायरेक्ट होगा. अगर एक को बढ़ा रहे और दूसरा घट रहा है तो मीन्स दीज टू क्वांटिटीज आर इन इनवर्स रिलेशन विद ईच अदर, मीन्स दे आर इनवर्सली proportional to each other. Acceleration is inversely proportional to time and time is inversely proportional to acceleration. On the other hand, if you keep on increasing this v minus u का change अगर आप बढ़ाओगे तो acceleration भी बढ़ेगी. That means if you increase this, this will also increase, but if you decrease this, this will also decrease. तो ऐसी चीज़ें जो आपस में डायरेक्ट रिलेशन में, इंक्रीज तो इंक्रीज, डिक्रीज तो डिक्रीज, तो इनको हम बोलते हैं दीज आर इन डायरेक्ट रिलेशन विद ईच अदर, दे आर डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू ईच अदर. तो यहाँ से मैं क्या लिख सकती हूँ, एक्सेलरेशन इज प्रोपोर्शनल टू v माइनस यू बाई टी. यहाँ पर मैंने एक कॉमन साइन लगा दिया, दिस इज द साइन ऑफ प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी विच itself tells कि this and this are in direct relation and this are in इनवर्स रिलेशन. तो हमें यहाँ पर अलग अलग देखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, ये हमें प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी का साइन अपने आप बता रहा है कि ये आपस में कैसे डिपेंडेंट है. तो दिस इज़ द साइन ऑफ प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी विच टेल्स द रिलेशन. हाउ मच डिपेंडेंस इज देयर, दैट इज़ नॉट बीइंग इन्फॉर्म्ड, दैट इज़ अनदर कॉन्सेप्ट. अभी सिर्फ ये पता चल रहा है कि ये रिलेशन में है, डायरेक्ट कुछ है इनमें रिलेशन, इनवर्स या डायरेक्ट जो भी है. For example, let us take us one more example, like P equals to F by A, that you have done in force. This is force divided by area, that you have done in your 8th standard also. Say for two bodies, force equals to 5 Newton. Let us take two bodies and we are applying force of 5 Newton on each. एक बॉडी का एरिया है 1 मीटर स्क्वायर और एक बॉडी के ऊपर हमने एरिया जिसके ऊपर फोर्स लगाना है उसका एरिया हमने ले लिया 2 मीटर स्क्वायर. तो ऑब्वियसली प्रेशर ए के ऊपर कितना पड़ गया, 5 न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर, एंड प्रेशर बी के ऊपर कितना पड़ गया, 2.5 न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर. तो इफ़ यू हैव इंक्रीज्ड दिस एरिया then pressure kept on decreasing, but if this area was less then pressure was more. So that shows that pressure and area are in inverse relation. So whatever quantity is in denominator, that is in inverse relation with the quantity on left hand side of equal sign, and the quantity in numerator is in direct relation with the quantity on left hand side of equal side. Now let us see this also. If P equals to, say, area is constant 1 meter square for two bodies, 1 meter square. एक केस में हमने फोर्स 10 न्यूटन कर दिया और एक में 5 न्यूटन कर दिया, तो ऑब्वियसली फोर्स किस में ज़्यादा है, इसमें ज़्यादा है. जिसमें फोर्स ज़्यादा उसमें प्रेशर ज़्यादा, जिसमें फोर्स कम उसमें प्रेशर भी कम. So this is how you can explain the concept of proportionality. Now this is the sign of proportionality, means if you increase this, force will also increase. If you increase this, force will keep on decreasing, means force and time are in inverse relation. So this was all about proportionality. This is quite tough concept that I will discuss in Zoom class also. So F is directly proportional to, now let us expand this delta P. Delta P is what, that we have discussed, PF minus PI. So PF minus PI I have written here, divided by time as such. Let us mark this as 1, this as 2, and keep on marking the subsequent equations. F is directly proportional to PF. PF was what? MV. PI was MU. So keep on putting all these values one by one. Why we are putting all these values? Because we are reducing this momentum to some नॉन फिजिकल क्वांटिटीज़, उसको हम किसी सिंपलर क्वांटिटीज़ लाइक मास, वेलोसिटी, टाइम, इस रिलेशन में लेकर आना चाह रहे हैं. फोर्स को हम थोड़ा सिंपल बनाना चाह रहे हैं, तो क्वांटिटीज़ हम वन बाय वन एक एक स्टेप करके हम छोटी करते जा रहे हैं, सिंप्लीफाई करते जा रहे हैं. तो पी एफ ये सब आपने पुट कर दिया. फ्रॉम दिस यू कैन टेक आउट एम एज कॉमन. एम कॉमन आ गया तो ये बच गया वी माइनस यू बाई टी, v minus u by t. So F is directly proportional to m v minus u by t, and we know that v minus u by t is what? This is acceleration. So simply put that F is directly proportional to m into acceleration. So from this we have got this. Momentum was a new quantity and we have reduced it to a older quantity, acceleration, that we have done. Now this sign of proportionality is actually physics, but it only tells ki how much dependence is there, how these quantities are dependent on each other, but how much dependence is there is not being informed. ये सिर्फ physics है, इससे आप न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व नहीं कर सकते. जब तक आपके फॉर्मूले में, जब तक आपको ये दिखेगा तब तक आप फॉर्मूले सॉल्व नहीं करोगे. आपको इसे हटाना पड़ेगा और इसकी जगह इक्वल साइन लाना पड़ेगा, तभी हम यहाँ पर क्या कर सकते हैं, हम फॉर्मूले सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, हम न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, फोर्स कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. तो दिस proportionality sign has to be removed. And what is the procedure of removing this sign of proportionality? You insert an equal sign. Along with equal you have to put a constant. Here this constant is k, that you have to remember. This k is constant of proportionality. Whenever this sign of proportionality is removed, a constant is being introduced and that constant is known as constant of proportionality. ये constant हर फॉर्मूले के लिए अलग हो सकता है. जैसे यहाँ पर आपको याद करना पड़ेगा कि this k is equals to 1 in this particular formula. Like I'll tell you more examples for this proportionality sign. I have written two formulas, f is 1 and 2. Let us discuss this one by one so as to explain the meaning of proportionality and constant of proportionality. Like this is another formula. This is the formula for gravitational force. F is directly proportional to m1 m2 by r square, and second is f is directly proportional to, this is charge. Charges are represented by letter Q1 and Q2. This you are going to read in your 10th standard. So just you need not to remember these two formulas for the time. We will do it later on. This will be covered in chapter 3rd and this will be covered in 10th standard. So need not to memorize. So F is directly proportional to m1 m2 by r square. So you are going to remove this sign of proportionality. We have removed this sign and the constant here is g. See, I have told that this constant of proportionality may be different for different formulas and the value of this constant is also different for different formulas. So here in this gravitational force formula, this proportionality is replaced by equal, and this constant, which is known as gravitational constant, its value is not equal to 1. Like in this case, this value is 6.67 into 10 raised to power minus 11. This you have to cram in third chapter, not now. See, now see next example. F is directly proportional to, this constant of proportionality is removed, equal sign put किया, k constant आ गया. यहाँ पे वो constant हमने k लिख दिया है भले ही, पर उस constant k की वैल्यू 1 यहाँ पर भी नहीं है, उसकी वैल्यू है 9 इंटू 10 रेज़ टू पावर 9 न्यूटन मीटर स्क्वायर पर कूलम स्क्वायर. ये अभी छोड़ दो, आपको वैल्यू और ये कुछ रिमेंबर करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. So this is how I have told you how the sign of proportionality has to be removed by introducing equal sign and a constant. That constant's value may be different for different formulas. Like here this was this, यहाँ पे कुछ और थी और यहाँ पे कुछ और थी. तो वो वैल्यूज़ और कांस्टेंट आपको हर फॉर्मूले के लिए हायर क्लासेस में रिमेंबर करने पड़ेंगे. 9th में सिर्फ 2 ही ऐसे फॉर्मूले हैं आपके पास जिसमें आपको कांस्टेंट ऑफ प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी दिखेगा. तो लेट अस पुट k इक्वल्स टू 1 इन दिस. तो ऑन पुटिंग k इक्वल्स टू 1 व्हाट वी हैव ऑब्टेन्ड f इक्वल्स टू m इनटू a. दैट्स इट. तो यहाँ पर ये आपका आ गया सेकेंड लॉ ऑफ मोशन की मॉडिफाइड स्टेटमेंट. एक्चुअली by theory, whatever being written in the book, like if you see this, the rate of change of momentum, this statement, this is mathematically this. Force is directly proportional to rate of change of momentum, but it has been modified to F equals to m into a. मेन स्टेटमेंट वही है जो इन्वर्टेड कॉमास में लिख रहे हो. इफ समबडी इज अनेबल टू लर्न कि वट इज एग्जैक्टली द सेकेंड लॉ ऑफ मोशन, देन यू कैन राइट दैट मॉडिफाइड स्टेटमेंट ऑफ सेकेंड लॉ इज that force is equal to the product of mass and acceleration produced in a body. That's it. That you can write as second equation of motion. In next video I am going to discuss the applications of second law of motion, like what we have done for first law कि leaves detach हो जाती हैं, passenger fall forward, वो सारी application जैसे first में की थी. इसी तरह से हम सेकेंड लॉ के एप्लीकेशंस करेंगे. डिपेंडेंस ऑफ फोर्स ऑन टाइम, दे आर इन इनवर्स रिलेशन. तो ये अब हम रीड करेंगे आगे नेक्स्ट वीडियो में.